Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck. Hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack. Starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack. Produced by Barry Laminack. Directed by Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck. Hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack. Starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack. Produced by Barry Laminack. Directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack. Featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Boy, thank you guys for being here. Today is Monday, the April 21st. May the April 21st be with you. 2025. And this is episode number 931. Yeah. Of Barry on Deck. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the program. Hey, hello. Hi, how are you? Sorry about the little intro fuck up there. That was weird. Had an update to the computer. It didn't like some shit, of course. But yeah. 420 just slipped by us quietly. It did, didn't it? Yes, it did, Donna. Overall, not too shabby. Though, for the computer getting the updates. No major hassles or catastrophes to speak of. The big fuck up for me today was your boy forgot that he updated his Twitch password. I was going through and cleaning up my passwords and locking shit down. And I forgot to lock down my Twitch. Like, lock that bitch down. And then I was like, I can't get into this motherfucker. Like, I had YouTube going, and I couldn't get Twitch to fucking start streaming. It was crazy. So that caused a bit of a issue. But we're here now. We're live and kicking it. So, welcome in, everybody. What's up to AJB and my sweet, sweet Donna and Keith Sager and Jesus. What's up, everybody, over on YouTube? Everybody's starting to pile in over on Twitch. What's up to Jared and my sweet, sweet Donna Memesters? Thank you for resubscribing, sweetie, for 38 months. Let's go. Pacha's here, Alex Villanueva, John Dorier, who else? Jared Taylor, how are you, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. And, who else? Tony the Handsome. Great show, everyone. See y'all tomorrow. Who else? Let's see. Total Dallas is here. Perry, what's up, big dog? Perry, that's it. And Terrence, what's up, homie? And there you go. Everybody's in. So, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Hope you had a good Easter or 420, or both. If you partake in both, that'd be weird. That'd be weird if you hid Easter eggs that had weed in them. That's illegal. That we can't be doing. I got like skin hanging off my finger. I was outside working. These hands are not used to manual labor. These hands are not used to roughing it. Although I can do it, I don't like it. It sucks because I have to get like the first couple yard works. I've noticed this as I get older. 50 going on. I'll be 51 at the end of next month, May. And now I notice that I got to get my first couple of yard works out of the way, because the first two, I'm sore as shit. Like the last 2 days, I couldn't get out of bed or stand up off the couch and just stand straight up. I just locked up. Couldn't get the old muscles to get straight. But I'm good now. But I was kind of angry because I was pressure washing. I had to buy a new pressure washer. Mine died, which is never fun. I couldn't get it to start. I had taken that sumbitch apart, cleaned out the carburetor, did all kinds of shit. And I'm sure all the small engine experts in the chat and on the podcast and on Twitter or wherever else, people are going to consume this and then come tell me what a dipshit I am, are going to flood and, But I assure you, I did everything. I've watched all the goddamn videos, but I tried everything. I cleaned it. I replaced all these parts. I could never get the sumbitch to start. Replaced gaskets and whatnots. I can't find it. And John Dorier said, we hid jelly beans. Can't find all those bitches. Oh, nice. That is smart. Well, that's super smart of you. You hid jelly beans? Well, buddy, those are tiny. Why would you do that? Anyways, get your ass down. Yeah. So I had to buy a new pressure washer because I couldn't get the old one cranking. And I had bought it a while back, just never used it. It was kind of over the winter or whatever. So I finally decided I'd fire that bitch up. And started pressure washing on Saturday, like late in the evening, and only got like a little bit done. Then got a late start yesterday and finished the back driveway. And first of all, perfectionism is a motherfucker. It'll prevent you just from getting shit done. But then I remembered, so there's this thing called soft wash. And if you're not familiar, and by the way, I don't know how many of you, one in the chat if you own a pressure washer, one in the chat, I'm about to hip you to some game that if you're not doing this, if you don't own a pressure washer, first of all, get one. And if you want tips on a good one, I'll tell you what to get if you have the cash to get it. But holy shit, this thing that I bought is a game changer. I mean, I'm sure if you own a pressure washer, you have this, but if you don't, holy fuck. So there's this Perry said, tell me which one to buy. Okay. So there's this concept, if you will, called soft wash. And no, it's not when you get out there pressure wash without an erection, because that's what I thought it was. I was like, oh, I'm soft washing all the time. Not what it is. Despite what you may think. Why isn't the goddamn chat working? Perry said you got high and forgot where you put all the jelly beans. That's hilarious. So, let's see, is this fucking working? Yeah, looks like it should be working. Okay. Hopefully the Twitch chat and stuff is working. I don't know. It's acting kind of weird today, you guys. So, maybe if I don't see your chats, that's my bad. I'll try to watch the window over here. Nonetheless, so there's the concept called soft wash. Till Dallas said soft wash sounds like a truck driver thing. No. Yeah, Jared said the best part of pressure washing is the instant gratification of cleaning. The worst part of pressure washing is when you accidentally clean an area you didn't want to, and now you have 200 more square feet to clean. Yep. Alex said, wait, what are we voting on? I was just asking who owns a pressure washer. I'm going to hip y'all to some game if you own one. And if you don't, I'll give you some advice on which one to buy. But so there, and you really, if you just want to get your driveway clean and you don't own a pressure washer, I'm going to tell you how to do that if you don't want to go buy a pressure washer. Okay? All you need is a hose with like a jet spray on it. And this will work fairly well. You're better off with a pressure washer. You can rent one. I just recommend buying one, but there's this process called soft wash. And basically what it is a chemical formula that you mix up. It's just bleach, but you mix up a bleach concentrate and you put it on your concrete, let it sit for a minute, kind of like you would your clothes, and then rinse it off. Because most of the stain on your driveway or your house, for example, your paint, maybe I have stucco and we get stains on our stucco because we have our house is white or off-white. But most of it is just mold and algae. And that's because of the humidity and the water, just whatever, rain and shit, the moisture that we get down here in this godforsaken city of ours. So you don't even really need to buy a pressure washer. This will work without it. Don't tell me how to raise this baby. CC! CC resubscribe with Prime. They've been subscribed now for 34 months. Love you, CC. CC had a funny ass post on Facebook. She was like, happy Easter. For those of you that partake in 420, I don't, but I have urine to sell. There's some shit like that. It's fucking hilarious. Yes, she's as funny outside of the chat as she is in the chat. She's just a hilarious and wonderful human being. Anyways, so there's this concept called soft wash, okay? And this actually works like if you live in an apartment complex and you just want to clean like the outside patio, like the concrete on your little patio, it works there too. If you just want to clean your back porch, if you want to clean your driveway, if you want to clean your paint, whatever you want to do, this will do it. It's a real simple concept. If it's concrete specifically, what you want to do is it's called a 3% ratio. All right. So you want to buy bleach and get it down to 3%. And then you then you get it on the concrete, let it sit for 5 to 15 minutes and wash it off. It's that simple. All right. I'm going to show you how this works. Let me see. Open Telestrator. Delete. All right. So how does this work? So when you go buy bleach, like if you go to, let's see, HEB.com. Now I go get bleach from the pool supply place and they sell 12% bleach. That's what I recommend you use. You don't have to get it, but you can. OxyClean, bleach, and vinegar. No, Amos, not that at all. You don't need all that. You don't need OxyClean or vinegar. You just need bleach. You just need concentrated bleach. So, like, if you go to HEB and let's see, bleach. Here is concentrated bleach. This bleach is. Let me see if I can see what the. Does it have the back picture? Oh, so this is. Is this? What is this? 10%? Looks like this is 7.5%. Okay. So this bleach is 7.5% bleach. Here, I'm going to share this with you. Let's see here.
Heck yeah!
Chromericide. Now, bear with me, folks. Pay attention. All right. You got to just stick with me here for a minute. All right. So, this bleach right here it says is 7.5% bleach. All right. Now, let me go to, let's see, Walmart pool bleach. Pool essentials. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Let me see here. Open image. Come on, bitch. You dirty rascal. Let's see. So this bleach, if you look here, oh, it's not going to show it. This is 10% bleach. Let me see if I can get it down here. Oh, wait. You see that? You see where it says active ingredient, sodium hypochlorite 10%, and then other ingredients 90. So that's how you know that this is 10% bleach. Okay. Over here, you can see that it says sodium hypochlorite 7.5%. So what you're trying to do for concrete is get down to about anywhere, depending on like what you read, somewhere between 3 to 6%. I like to be around 4 to 5% mixture. All right, for concrete, but you can get to 6%. And it depends on how bad your driveway looks. Now, there's different ratios for different things. If you're trying to clean like stucco, hold on, let me see here. What am I? I think stucco is 3% for sure. Let's see. Where's my ratios at? I wrote them down. So vinyl siding is 1%. Brick is 3%. Tile roof is 3%. Stone is 3%. Asphalt shingles is 4%. So if your roof has a lot of algae on it and you have asphalt shingles, you want to be at 4%. Asphalt shingles, heavy staining is 6%. Medium staining is 5%. So take it as you wish. I'll post this chart. I'll put it in the chat. I'll put this on the Discord. So for those of you that are members of the Patreon, I'll put this chart on the Discord. But this has here we go. This has all of the percentages you want to be at depending on what you're trying to do, right? So you can see it says like, oh, if you have tile roof, or if you have stucco, or if you have concrete driveway. So this says concrete driveway 6%, but it really just depends on how bad it's stained or whatnot. So here's what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your bleach down to that percentage, 6%, 5%, 3%, or whatever. So I try to get to about 4%, anywhere between 4 and 6%. So it's real easy to do that. All you do is you just start cutting it like it's cocaine. All right. So let's say, for example, so the bleach I bought, actually, I bought it from a pool supply place, and it's 12% bleach. All right. And the way this works is if you have 12% bleach, okay, and you take 1 gallon of 12% bleach and you add 1 gallon of water to that, you now have 6% bleach. And you have 2 gallons of solution. If you were to now add 2 more gallons to that, you are now down to 3% bleach. And you now have 4 gallons of solution. You see where I'm headed with this? Huh? So if you don't need 4 gallons worth of solution, maybe you just want to mix up 1 gallon, then you would take 2 cups, right? Add 2 cups of water, and now you're at 6%. Add 2 more cups, and you now have 2, 4, 6 cups, and you're at the 3%. Capiche? So that's what you're trying to do to get to this 3% ratio of whatever those particular mixes were. So whether it be for shingle roofs, stucco, vinyl siding, paint, and maybe you've got wood siding on your home and it's dirty and algae and you want to paint it. Okay. So that's what you're doing is you're trying to get down to 3, 4, 5, 6%. So if you've got like what I showed you at HEB is 7.5% bleach. All right. If you pour 1 gallon in a bucket and you add 1 gallon of water of H2O, you now have 2 gallons at, well, 7.5 divided by 2 is what? 3.75? 7.5 divided by 2 equals 3.6. What the shit? 7.5 divided by 2 equals, 3.75. That was weird. So you're now at 3.75%. Close enough. Got it? So that would give you 2 gallons of solution at 3.75. I'd put that on my driveway and get to going. And that's it. So you just mix those two together. And then what you do is you get you get like a pump sprayer. So like you can get those on Amazon. Let's see. And they have all kinds of pump sprayers. They have ones that you can buy that are like electric that you don't pump. They have some that are like battery powered. Here's a battery powered pump sprayer for $40. That's pretty dope. Here's a 2-gallon battery powered pump sprayer for $40. That's crazy. I certainly paid more than that for mine. But you would fill this up, make sure it's charged, and go to town. And then you just wet the concrete. You wet the whole thing. Wet your whole driveway. Spray it all down with this 3% mixture. Let it sit for 5 to 15 minutes. And then you just wash it off. And your concrete will look shiny and new. Now, that's if you don't have a pressure washer. If you do have a pressure washer, then you would go back and pressure wash it off. I mean, you can spray it off and then pressure wash, but why take the extra step, right? So what I was doing at that point was I would spray that on there, and then I would go back and my dumb ass was pressure washing it. But what I realized is I was adding steps I didn't need to. Go get this. Now I had another one of these before, and it sucked compared to this. Let me show you something here. Cancel. What are you doing, bitch? Get out of here. Get this if you have a pressure washer, because oh my fucking God. I got both of these actually. And I'll swear by both of these because them shits is amazing. So first of all, let me move this over here. I'm gonna put the links for this in the chat. I might I'll probably put it as an affiliate link. So if you buy one, I might get a little commission, but you ain't got to buy it. You ain't got to use the affiliate link. You don't if you don't want to. I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna do it that way, just because Amazon's like, you don't ever use it, so we're gonna take away your privileges. Whatever. Yes, it says I'll get a 3% commission if you guys buy one, and I'm not telling you that because of this. I'm telling you that because I fucking did this weekend. Okay. But get this bitch, because as you can see, I purchased this December of 2024. This motherfucker is a life changer. And holy shit. It is an 18-inch surface washer. And the whole concept behind these things is they've got these rotating pressure washer things below them. It's like a disc, right? And what it does, there should be a video here. Oh, shut up, bitch. Basically what it does is this, right? So it's like, it basically just does the pressure washing for you. You just go back and forth and it gets it even, right? Now, there's a couple tricks to this. First of all, the old one I had didn't have wheels on it. And that's the key to this. That's why this one is so badass. This one has wheels. My old one did not. Hold on. Let me show you. Let me see if did I get my old one on Amazon also? Let me see if I have my old one on here. The old one I had, I think I might have got my old one. Fuck. I think I got my old one at Home Depot. Let me see. And that's why I was like, oh my God. I've been living in a damn cave compared to this shit. Let me show you the old one that I had. Hold on. Pressure washer surface cleaner. It's like an old school. Let's see. It's a disc, but it has no wheels on it. And it was like 13 inches. That's what she said. Shut up. I know somebody was going to say it. Stupid asses. Let me see if I can find it. That's it right there. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is it. It's pretty close to it. Oh, and there's a recall on it. Nice. Oh, no, that's not it. It's pretty close. Yeah, let's see. All right. Yeah, fuck, it's close enough. I'll find one that's kind of close to it. No, that's Ryobi, but yeah, this is gonna do. So this was what my old one was like. Kind of. My old one was kind of like this, right? And it didn't have wheels on it. It was just like that. No wheels, and it just spun around. Guys, I'm telling you, these fucking wheels, they'll change your life. They'll change your life when you're out there. And it's also like this is a 15-inch one, and I think that's what mine was. And you don't think it's a big deal? But the 18-inch one, oh my God. So I got that, right? And then I bought this thing. This rotating nozzle, this turbo nozzle. Oh, holy shit. This bad boy too. This shit was amazing. Basically, it just puts out this big ass jet that it's like the normal pressure washer is like flat, right? And it's like a fan, so it's either like 40 degrees, 25 degrees, 10 degrees, or like 0. And this thing It's like this cone and it rotates. It's amazing. I don't even fuck with them other attachments anymore. So I got both of those. So I highly recommend. And again, you ain't got to use these links. I'm going to post these links in the chat. Like I said, they're affiliate links. So if you do buy them, I might get a commission. But yo, I'm telling you, these motherfuckers are game changers. The other thing is do the soft wash first. But before you do it, I took the turbo nozzle, sprayed off all the dirt. Then I soft washed. And when I let the soft wash sit for 15 minutes, that's when I came back behind with this bad boy to clear it off. Now, I saw a question in the chat. Will the runoff from the bleach kill your grass? Great question. Great question. So what you want to do is, first of all, yes, the bleach can mess up your plants. So what you want to do anytime you use chemicals like this around your plants, a couple things you can do. One is cover them. But the other thing you definitely want to do, John, I think it was John that asked it. And by the way, that first link that I put, that was to the surface washer. This second link, this is for the turbo head itself. But what you want to do, John, is you want to wet the plants and the dirt first. Okay. Yeah, because then what that allows you to do is if you'll wet all of your plants and the dirt first, so like get all everything that's near your driveway or wherever you're pressure washing, or like if you're doing your the siding around your house, I would always cover anything like super important. But if you can't, or if it's a pain in the ass, hose everything down real good. All right, and then what you do is then you do the spray and then you hose the plants down again, because then what happens is that when that water is sitting on top of the plants, on the leaves and stuff, when you're applying the bleach mixture, when you're applying the soft wash, if any droplets get on there, what they do is they end up sitting on the water that's sitting on the petals or the plants. And then when you go back and you rinse everything off, and then when you're done, you spray down all your plants again before you go inside for the day, you're essentially rinsing all of that stuff off that was sitting on the water. So you're much better off there. And then, yeah, you can let it sit and it's going to absorb back down into the soil, but you've already also kind of moistened the soil as well. And so it's not going to be nearly as bad as if the only water and the first amount of water that goes in is just bleach water. So you're much better off. Plus it gets diluted again because the soil's already moist. The bleach has been diluted, and then you dilute it again when you wash everything off. So the best chance you can get. Another thing you could do too is put down some sort of like plastic if you want the runoff to not get into like your mulch and stuff. Got it? So wet the plants, then put down plastic, let that shit run off into the grass. The grass itself will come back. It'll be fine. Like if you're doing your driveway, just like get a good edge. Just get like a nice thick edge there and you'll be fine. Jared said, do you have an affiliate code I can just plug into my Amazon account? God, I wish. I don't think they do it like that. That would be dope though. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, what up, Mines? Good to see you, man. Leafs beat the Senators. Game 1, baby. Stanley Cup is coming to Toronto this year. Man, I wish. Mines, I tried to become a goddamn Leafs fan. They're just tough to root for, brother. They're real tough to root for. Yes, got to get the 3 extra inches. Let's see. Let's see. Let me catch up here. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Abracadabra. Saw it on the ESPN infomercial during the Astros game. That's funny. I've done it. It removes oil stains. Oh, another thing you could do for oil stains, kitty litter. So if you have oil stains and they're kind of fresh, or maybe you spill oil, you can get clay. So if you just have like some sort of clay or Play-Doh or something absorbent like that. Or you can go just run down to the store. Let's say you're changing your oil on your lawnmower, or you're changing oil on, I don't know, your car, a chainsaw, something. Let's just say you spill oil, whatever, on the driveway, and you're like, fuck. Get in the car, drive down to the grocery store, pick up a bag of kitty litter, preferably with clay in it. Come back and put it on the stain on the driveway, and that'll get most of the oil out. Let's see. I need that blue magic like Denzel. Maybe I'm lying. She was shot, but I don't know if she was killed. What? Damn. They had a shooting at the courthouse. That's crazy. Why would it matter if it's 10%? Oh, so the percentage is just, so the reason that it would matter if it's 10%, Jared, is if you're buying, because I think they sell like 5% bleach, right? And if you're buying like 7.5% bleach or 5% bleach and you're trying to get to 6%, it's hard to cut to get to that. You know what I'm saying? So if you buy like 12% bleach, it's easier to cut. And if you're doing mixtures, it's, you can get there faster and it lasts longer, if that makes sense. So, yeah. So like if you're trying to get, like I have a 4-gallon backpack sprayer. So to get to 4 gallons of a 12% mixture from a 1 gallon, 12%, to get to 3% from a 12 gallon thing it's going to last longer. In other words, I hope that makes sense. So 12% gallon bottle. What I tell you it made? Like, what was it? Oh, now I got to go back and do it again. It's like 6 gallons. Yeah. So 12% is, oh, I just realized I didn't have this up the whole time. So a 12% mix of bleach. If you have 1 gallon of that and you add 1 gallon of water, you're now at 6% mix and you have 2 gallons of solution. And then if you add 2 more gallons of water, you're now at 3% solution and you have 4 gallons of solution. So all I need is one of those to fill up my backpack sprayer. Capiche? Whereas if I buy a 7.5 gallon mix, right? Or a 7.5%, 1 gallon, then that basically means if I add that plus a gallon of water, that gives me 2 gallons, but that's at 3.5%. But I only got 2.5 gallons. So now I need 2 of those. Capiche? Capiche? So it ends up costing less to do this than this. Got it? Get it? I think that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Let's see. And this can work in your shower too. So if you got bad mold and stuff in your shower, just make sure you cut it properly. I sprayed weed killer on my pavers and the runoff, and the rain made it run off and kill my grass. Yep, it'll happen. Why are we talking about this? Are we discussing how to get rid of the lame, unfunny copycats that are keeping paint? They keep painting over the B someone sign. Does that keep happening? What did you do this weekend? What you did do this weekend was not girls out of comedy shows. I didn't do that. We're gonna get to that. I got fucking insane stories for you guys. I have insane comedy stories for you guys. Not one, but 2 crazy shows this weekend. Yeah, Jared said I had that old DeWalt one. It's a bitch. Yes. The old DeWalt one was like the one I had, and it sucks. So do like your boy told you and get the one with the fucking wheels. You'll thank me later. It is a goddamn game changer, I'm telling you. Spend the money, and then when you pressure wash, you'll be like, this is fucking heaven. You'll thank me later. Let's see. Yes, cuts time and more than half. Yes, it does. But make sure you buy both on one that matches your unit. If you get one that's too big, your pressure washer will not spin it. That's true. Well, that one that I bought was 4,000 PSI, but my pressure washer is only 3,200 and it does fine. We need a live demonstration at some point. BOD dirty driveways. I have a picture. So I pressure washed, and then like the front half of my driveway was cleaner than the back half. That's when I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna soft wash this shit. Let me see. What am I catching up here? Posting the long talk. True. Okay, let me do that as well. Let's see. Discord. And I'm gonna also let's see, long talk. Here is the links I just posted on the show. This is the what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that called? Here is the surface cleaner. Yeah. And then I need to post the chart too. Don't let me forget. I'm not going to post the chart right now because it's going to take me a minute. But y'all don't let me forget, and I'll post the chart on the Discord. And if you're not a member of Patreon, this is the kind of shit you're missing out on. Better get on it. All right, so the link for the surface cleaner also on the Discord, and that nozzle is also on the Discord. That nozzle's dope too. And then this is the pressure washer I bought. I love this bad boy. And I think I got it on sale. So just wait for it to go on sale. Remember I showed y'all that Keepa app? You can actually set it so that it goes on sale. At one point, this bitch jumped up to $4.99. Right now it's $3.22. Yeah. But you can probably, let's see, track product. The lowest it's been is $306. So you can get it for around $300. So just go in, set a price alert for that when it hits $306, and it'll send you a notice. And when that bad boy hits $306, buy it, because it's a really dope pressure washer. It's like really highly rated. I mean, it's got 19,000 reviews, 4.6. And and if you don't want to spend the money on that one, then get the 2,700. But when it comes to this stuff, man, you don't need to, you can go up one to the 349, but 3,200 is all you need. It's going to do everything you need around the house. So, and I'll put the link for this one as well. Here is in the chat. This is the pressure washer. And on the Discord. Here is the pressure washer. And, okay. I think that was it. I guess I messed that up. I guess I posted that damn link wrong. Huh. Yep. Wait, go back. What are you doing, bitch? What the shit? Yo, that's crazy. There we go, bitch. Okay. How do you get out of there? Okay, cool. All right, so the links are on the Discord under Lawn Talk. And then I'll post the chart later just for Barney. All right. What does it say? Hey, what up, Lordy? Good to see you, man. Lawn Talk, more like Yawn Talk. Shut up. Lotto math today. What? I don't understand what lotto math is. I need a pressure washer and surface cleaner. What you look, if my advice is get the surface cleaner, because the surface cleaner is the attachment to the pressure washer, right? So the pressure washer is just a wand with a tip that sprays like, it'll allow you to clean about that much at a time. I shit you not. So maybe anywhere between, 4 to maybe 7 inches max at one time. So you're going to literally sit there. And then the problem is, Perry, if you're not using that, what happens is you have to, if you're doing like this, the further you get away from center, the less pressure you get. The pressure becomes uneven when you're going from side to side. So then you end up getting less impact on the concrete and it gets like fade. And then you ever seen a driveway that has like stripes in it of dirt? That's because it's uneven, because people do that and they don't use a surface cleaner. That's why you get those surface cleaners. It's steady, even all the way up and down. So you just go in rows. And what I do is I go up and back, and then I go side to side. Kind of like when you fertilize, and then you're good to go. So yeah, spend the extra $70 and you don't have to get that turbojet thing. Get the surface cleaner, bro. Definitely get the surface cleaner. Donna said everything. What do you mean, Donna, on everything? I don't know what you mean. But the pressure washer, like, it's good because you can't use the surface cleaner on like siding and like to wash your car. That's just for concrete or decks. But yeah, the pressure washer you could use for wash your car, clean the side of your house, all that other shit. That's also, yeah. So do that. But that's what I did this weekend. And I was so pissed because I forgot how to do all that shit, trial and error. But boy, when you're done, this shit looks amazing. It is all in Lawn Talk. All in Lawn Talk now, except the chart. And I'll put the chart in there as well. So let me tell you about my weekend doing comedy. And then we're going to get into some Rockets and NBA talk. Because I want to talk. I don't want to be the cat that says I told you so. But long story short, I told you so. I think your boy even said the Rockets dropped game 1. I mean, look, this was the fear. But you know what? I'll just tell you my quick takeaway. And then we're going to get into these comedy road stories, because I do want to tell you these because my weekend was fucking crazy. But real quick, my takeaway from the Rockets game really is I was happy. I was happy they played like they did. I was happy they looked like they did. I was happy they struggled like they did at times. I was happy they went through what they went through. I was happy that they all had to sit around and watch Fred VanVleet just throwing up threes. I was happy. They had to watch the 2 veterans, the 3 veterans, and the one guy, the one consistent star on that team, take over. So I was happy with their loss, and we'll get into it in a minute. But before we do, let me tell you about my weekend doing comedy, because this shit was bananas. BANANAS. This shit was bananas. So, first of all, shout out to my boy AR Platinum. I don't know if he's still here. He may have bounced already. He was checked in earlier about 20 minutes ago in the chat on YouTube. And he rolled out to come see the show at Porky's in Humble, or as you out-of-towners call it, Humble. And I didn't know what to expect. I had never been to this place. It's basically just a big food truck park. What up, Walt? Good to see you, pimp. It's basically just a big food truck park off of or near 1960, right? And it's actually a pretty dope little spot. And they've got this upstairs performance room where they set up a stage, and it's a cramped little spot. There's It's a small little room. And when I say small, I mean small. But they pack some people in, and what they do is they put up these curtains so that, you know, there's no light leaks or anything like that. And they get it all set up for comedy, and it's supposed to be a little intimate gathering. But the problem is this Porky's place it's wide open, and you can still hear the comedy. If you're downstairs trying to enjoy your cup of diarrhea or whatever you ordered from one of the taco trucks, you can still hear all the comedy upstairs. So your kids are going to get an education. Oh, they're going to learn something. The other problem is being upstairs. This is a big open building. It's tin. It's metal. So it's just basically a big Dutch oven. It's just all the heat rises up to this room, and the geniuses decide to cordon it off and, you know, wrap it in these curtains so as to basically make us like a big ass baked potato. Like, we're just cooking in this bitch. It's hot. I predicted when I went on stage, I was like, oh, this is not good. I was like, I'm going to get some titty sweat before my set is over. Nailed it. Fucking nailed it. I had titty sweat all the way across. I was like, God damn it. This is why I should wear just only black on stage. I had on a green shirt, and it just looked like my titties were smiling. Just squoo whoop. So the show starts, and my buddy Nathaniel Amador goes on stage, right? And he's up there maybe. Now, this show is booked by Jesse Payton. And he goes up and does like 5 or 10 minutes. And then he brings up my buddy Nathaniel Amador, who is great, hilarious, fun guy. He's done Hop Scholar before, so some of you may have seen him, but he's a really funny guy. He's rusty. He's been out of the game for a little bit. He's taking some time off for work and family and whatnot, but he's a killer. So he's kind of getting his groove, and about 5-7 minutes into a set, maybe 10, not even, but maybe, I go downstairs to get my drink, my show drink. I always have a drink with me on stage. And as I'm getting ready to walk upstairs, I hear the chick next to me go, okay, we'll call 911 and I'll go up and check. And I went, what? I go, what happened? She goes, somebody fell out. I was like, oh, really? Where? And I'm looking out thinking, oh, man, somebody had a cup of diarrhea that didn't agree with them. And they have fallen the fuck out somewhere in the food court. Oh, contraire, mon frere. This bitch done fell out in the comedy show. In the goddamn comedy show. So she goes, I said, where? And she goes, upstairs. And I was like, in the show? And she says, yes. And I was like, what? So I go running upstairs, and there's a commotion going on in the back of the room. Not up front necessarily, because Nathaniel doesn't really know what's going on necessarily. This is happening in the back of the room. But up front, they're kind of oblivious to what's happening. But the last 4-5 rows, maybe, oh, they know. Like, they know. And that's kind of, like in order to get there, you gotta, there's no way around it. Like to get to the stage is like all the way at the end. So, yeah, it's just, if you're in the back of the room, this is occurring. And so I was just like, bro, this is wild. Trying to, no, let's see. Yeah, okay. There we go. So this chick, I don't know what happened. I don't know if I really don't know what happened. All I know is I walk up and there's a chick on the floor. She's out, but her eyes are open. Her legs are in the air, and somebody has their finger on her neck, on her carotid artery. And I see AR Platinum, and you can't miss AR Platinum. My buddy Mick Maynard said he looks like a swole Bob Ross. And if you don't know who Mick Maynard is, I was shocked to see him in the building. My boy Mick Maynard came to see me. I was stunned. Mick is the matchmaker for the UFC, and for him to come out and just catch a show was so dope, man. Hadn't seen Mick in forever. They live in the area. And they said they saw the flyer and they're like, that's Barry. Let's go watch Barry. And I was like, boy, you guys picked a hell of a venue and show to go to. Jesus, what are we doing, Mick? But he's the best, man. He's so sweet. Him and his wife, Andrea. Shout out to them for coming out. They brought friends, and what a night. But he goes, hey, he's Australian. He goes, your boy looks like Swole Bob Ross. I was like, yeah, he does, doesn't he? But AR Platinum's wife is a nurse. So apparently when old girl fell out, AR Platinum's wife jumps up and runs over there and goes into nurse mode. You know what I mean? Starts sharing. Well, apparently, old girl at one point, as she passes out, or not passes out, but starts convulsing or whatever starts happening, she just stopped blinking. She was just laying there, and then all of a sudden she was just like, it was fucking scary. Like, she just stopped. Like, and then apparently, like, they couldn't find her pulse. Now, she was a big gal, and I know from when Nora was in nursing school, it's harder to find a pulse on people with a lot of adipose tissue. Ha! What? Look who knows a fancy way to say fat. I just said it. But they were having trouble finding her pulse after a while, and so they were like, fuck, we gotta call 911. This is not good. Not good. So and they don't, like, Nathaniel still doesn't know what's going on. He's on stage. And I was just like, man, that's crazy. You are really bad at comedy when you just make a bitch have convulsions. God damn, how bad is your set when you just make a bitch like, oh fuck, just convulse? That's crazy. That's awful. I mean, they made fun of me for killing John Witherspoon. I was like, nah, that was 2 weeks later, pimp. You can't pin that on me. Can't pin that on me. They were like, you were the last comedian on stage before him. I was like, no. Well, I mean, I guess I was. But Nathaniel was on stage when she started convulsing. So I guess that's... But yeah, bro, crazy. So she's convulsing, And then I was trying to, let's see here. Oh, we got. So of course, Jesse is taking photos and videos. What up, Joe Bro? Of the whole thing. Here's one. Hold on, let's see. This is old girl getting wheeled the fuck out. This is sad, bro. Like, this doesn't look good. Like, this is not good. This is as they were taking her out from the Porky. So this is her where we were upstairs. That's them getting her downstairs out the back. Yeah, this was part of the downstairs. That was them trying to get her down the stairs. And this is where it occurred. So this was the room, right? So this is where she had passed out over there in the corner. And that was where the stage was. Yeah. Not good. There's AR Platinum right there. There's his bag. There's Swole Bob Ross. But not good. Not good at all. So they took her out. And yeah, pretty fucking scary. Now, the crazy thing is, we just basically were like, you know what? Just stop the goddamn show. And clear a path and get her. Let's just let the professionals do their job. So this has happened to me before. I remember I was doing a show at District 249. I was on stage, and I'm mid joke, and I see some woman just walking by, and she just goes whoop, and just falls, bam, face first, and eats shit. Just passes out cold. Boom. I was like, you could hear it. Smack. It was loud as fuck. And I was like, oh, we need medical help. Oh, she just fucking ate it. Oh, that's bad. She's dead. And mid-joke, mid-show, I was like, oh, damn. And there's really nothing you could do at that point. I mean, you just have to stop the fucking show. Like, you're an asshole if you keep going. You know what I mean? And then you're like, well, you're going to have to start back up. And that's when it gets awkward. So Jesse, and Nathaniel already said he felt like he was bombing. Because in that room, it doesn't feel like you're doing good. You can't hear any laughs if you're getting them or not. You don't know if you are. You don't know how your set is going. And so Nathaniel said he felt like he was bombing anyways. I was like, well, I don't know if you were bombing, but you almost killed one bitch. So it wasn't going great. He was like, so Jesse goes, well, Jesse was trying to do commentary while they're wheeling her out. I said, just shut the fuck up, bro. Put the mic down. Just tell everybody we'll be back in 10 minutes. Just leave it alone. He goes, all right, you're right. My bad. Puts the mic down. So we come back and Jesse goes, hey, man, you want to finish your set? You got like 7 minutes left. And Nathaniel goes, fuck no, I don't want to finish my set. Fuck you. No. Hell no, bro. So Jesse goes, oh, okay. I got you. That's fine. I'm like, yeah, just turn it over to me. Why don't you? You pussy. I was like, I'm fine. Give it to me. I got it. I don't give a fuck. I've followed worse. So I'm like, I'll go. I got it. And look, am I proud of what I did next? No. A little bit, but no. So I went on stage and I just said, hey, man, I just want to thank the rest of y'all for staying upright. It's all I could think of. It's all I could think of. Am I proud of it? I mean, it worked. It broke the tension. It broke it. You know. It got them back. It broke the ice. It set the tone. It, you know, where there's some people who were like, this guy's a fucking asshole. Yes, they were. Fuck them. But for the most part, it did what it was supposed to do, which was reset the room. Let's get focused back on the task at hand, which is comedy. And let's all refocus on me, which I know sounds egotistical, but that's the point. It's a show, and everybody was still kind of like, oh, that was crazy, and talking. And so you really have to, I mean, it sounds like I was just up there being a dick. It was calculated. I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit. You have to go up and you have to get the whole entire room to fucking refocus. And if you just go up and start telling jokes, you're fucked. You're cooked. It's not going to work. If you just go and be like, hey guys, so my name's Barry and I'm a Scorpio and I like to tell jokes, and how was your day? Kids are crazy, right? Where are my married people at? So are y'all fucking? It's just not going to work. People are still like, man, that bitch was passed out. Her tongue was like, I wonder if she died. I wonder where they're taking her. Do you think it was a heart attack? Was she on ketamine? Oh my God. Like, they're still talking about you've got to fucking somehow grab them by the throat and shake them. Like, you just got to be like, no, bitch, you're going to pay attention to me now. You've got to. If you want to have a fighting chance at having a decent setup or something like that, you have to really fucking get them to snap out of it. And the only way to do that is to say some crazy shit. So that's what I did. Because if you try to go up and be like, hey, let's all, T's and P's to the girl that passed out. Even if you do something nice like that, they're still going to talk. Oh, I hope she's going to be okay. I had a sister once that was, I bet they're going to life flight her to Cy-Fair, and they're just not going to listen. But if you go up and you fucking say some awful shit like that, they're going to be like, this guy's They may fucking hate you, but they're listening. Now you got a shot. So that's why I did it. I just went up and said, hey. And that's what you got to do. You got to yell, hey, thanks. I just want to say, man, shout out to all you guys, man. Thank y'all. Thank you to the rest of you for staying upright. Okay. Just like that. And you heard half laughs and half gasps. Reset the room. Let's go. Dick jokes. But it was fun. But that wasn't even the craziest fucking thing that happened to me this weekend. Bro. So I did a show called, I didn't do a show. I was a celebrity judge on something called Asshole Karaoke. And it's basically like, think Kill Tony meets roasting meets karaoke. And I've only done it once before, but they liked me so much that they wanted to bring me back. Because the whole point of Asshole Karaoke is to be an asshole. They want you to go up and to absolutely roast the shit out of the people that are singing. That's what they want. They want you to go up and just be as mean as possible to the people that are singing. And I was like, well, you've come to the right man. Oh, you need me to be mean to people? I am your person. I'm your guy. Oh, you betcha. It was fucking crazy that night. So it was the finals. They were giving out $2,000 to the winner. $2,000. I did all of that. I kept posting stuff on my story on Instagram from it. And it was only up for like 24 hours. I think I'm going to end up making a video about it. But there was this rumor that one of the finalists was pregnant. I was like, oh, okay. They were like, no. She's in labor. And I was like, like, you know, what do you mean in labor? Like, in labor, like she could actually have her baby during the contest. I was like, that's not true. And they were like, yeah, bro. During the contest. And I was like, that's so stupid. You guys are so dramatic. They were like, no, for real. So I was like, whatever. And then I get there and I'm like, wait, isn't this a smoking facility? They're like, yeah. I'm like, so this bitch is coming into this smoking facility. I mean, it is foggy. I'm smoking. I got AR, shout out AR Platinum. Whenever he comes and sees me, he always brings gifts. It's the dopest thing, man. It's so cool. I see like Jerry Wayne that has that happen to him occasionally. Somebody brings him gifts. It's really cool when that happens. When you have friends and fans that'll bring you something that you like or enjoy, like maybe they'll bring you a bottle of whiskey or they'll bring you some cigars. It's always so cool. It's such a dope feeling. But every time he sees me, he brings cigars. It's so dope. And so he was like, hey man, I'm coming to see you Friday. Sticks on me. I was like, yeah, you're shit, dude. Love that. And so he brought me 2 cigars. And so I was like, oh, look at this. I'm set up for Saturday. I gotta go judge this asshole karaoke shit. Or maybe it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday. He saw me Thursday. So he brought it for Friday. And so I had cigars. So I got to smoke a cigar because it was smoking inside. So this crazy heifer is inside of a smoking facility in 2025, not just pregnant. Like, we're talking contractions are 4 minutes apart pregnant. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah. I get there and I'm like, this bitch is pregnant. They're like, yeah, her contractions are 4 minutes apart. She's in the back just. I was like, yo, what the fuck? She's doing this? They're like, yeah, she needs the money. I'm like, yo, the what? This is crazy. This is insane. This is not right. So I'm going to change this. Let's see. There we go. At least it'll match. So they're like, yeah, contractions are 4 minutes apart, but she says she needs the money. I'm like, well, okay. So she comes up and she starts singing and she places her phone on the table. And she's singing, and I noticed something in her left hand. And then as she sings, she comes over and taps her phone. She sings a little more, taps her phone. Sings some more, taps her phone. She gets done. And I said, look, I have so many questions. first of all, why are you tapping your phone? Are you doing that because that's a contraction? And she goes, yeah. I was like, holy fuck. You tapped your phone like 5 times. That was a 3-minute song. She was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God. I said, second of all, you are in this smoke-filled fucking room about to you're pregnant as fuck in this room, this smoke-filled room with this vape. I said, is that a vape in your left hand? And she goes, yeah, fuck you. This bitch had a vape, y'all. A vape. She was vaping. Pregnant and vape. I said, sweetie, let me tell you something. You better hope you win this contest. Now, I'm on the microphone, mind you. I'm not saying this as an aside. I'm saying this in front of the entire fucking audience. I said, boo, you better hope you win this whole thing. Because if you don't, not only is your baby going to be born all fucked up because you're vaping in this smoke, but he's going to be a loser. Because you're going to lose this fucking contest. You're going to have a mentally challenged loser for a baby. And Keisha was like, oh my God. I was like, bitch, you better win. That's all I'm saying is you got to win because your baby's already going to be fucked up. You have to win now. She was like, fuck you. Walked off. And the crowd was like, oh my God. God damn. Like, they couldn't believe I said that shit. But I'm like, well, bitch, why you vaping? So then she comes back for round 2. Because everybody did 3 rounds. I thought we were going to be cutting people, but we didn't. She had to stick it out for all 3 rounds. She comes back for round 2. And during round 2, as she walks up to the stage, I was like, oh, I'm surprised you're not drinking now. I'm surprised you don't have a drink in your hand. She goes, suck my dick. It's like, you got a dick too? Bro, what is happening? This shit was crazy. This shit was wild. They had one dude. He was this black cowboy. He started singing. He was like, he was singing like Neon Moon, I think. He's like, can I 2-step for you? But then he started salsaing. I was like, brother, that was not a 2-step. And what old white man touched you when you were young that made you do this? And then 2 songs later, an old white man comes up. I was like, well, we found him. It was an old white man singing country music. I was like, oh, we found him. Y'all, it was so much goddamn fun to be able to just sit there and roast people and not have to censor myself. Oh my God. We had Keisha Hunt and I. Keisha goes, and there was so much stuff that we couldn't say that I ended up not saying. Because I was like, nah, that's too mean. I can't. And they were like, no, you have to say it. I was like, I can't say it. It's too mean. They were like, no, but it's asshole karaoke. You have to say. I was like, nah, I can't. There's some things I can't say. And one of them was, so there was this chick that the only time I ever did this show, it was like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 weeks ago, maybe. But this big fat black chick comes up on stage and I was like, she's going to win. And I said it in the microphone. I told everybody in the room, I was like, she's going to win. I was like, I'm calling it now. Like, she was like the first or second contestant, but I was like, she's going to win this tonight. I'm just calling my shot now. And they were like, well, I was like, because nobody can sing like a big fat black chick. It's game over. Can't nobody out sing a big fat black chick. Period. Good luck. You can't out cook them. You can't out sing them. Good luck. Good luck, everybody. Everybody in the room was like, God damn, Barry. I was like, where's the lie? Where's the lie? Prove me wrong. You ever met a big fat black woman that couldn't sing? No. And the bitch won. I was like, I told y'all. I fucking told y'all. I told y'all when this thing started. So she was in the finals. And she was not doing well. She like her first round, she didn't get any good votes because it's audience vote. Like as judges, we're not there to vote or pick. We just are there to roast people. It's me and Keisha Hunt and Alex with a K is what his name is, his stage name. But he just goes by Alex. But so all we're doing is roasting and we're just having fun. Me and Keisha are cutting up. So by the last round, she knows she's not going to win. So by the last round, she tries the sympathy card thing. And she goes up and she was like, look, I'm not saying this to get any sympathy votes. I know I'm going to lose. It's too late, but I lost my mom 30 days ago and I wasn't going to do this contest. I was going to drop out. And David said I could not do that, and he wouldn't let me. He made me do this tonight. I wasn't going to do it, but I'm here, and I'm glad I'm here. David, thank you for making me do this, and thank you for doing this for all of us, man. And this has been amazing, and I'm just happy to be here, and I just thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart for having me and letting me do this. And I love you all, and this song is for all of you people here tonight, and everybody out there that's going through something hard. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, bitch, I know what you're doing. This shit ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. Fuck you, bitch. You ain't slick. Oh, trollop. Trying to get sympathy votes. Fuck you. Fuck you. So, damn, I missed Cisco's thing an hour ago. Shit, my bad, Cisco. Cisco resubscribed on Prime. He said, hi from Houston, simulcasting live from the shitter of Kim Sum downtown. My bad. So she's trying to get the sympathy vote. I was like, you slimy hoe. That is not cool. So midway through her song, I had already decided that I was like, you know what? Fuck that. That's dirty. And so I leaned over to Keisha and I said, watch this shit. I'm about to fuck her up. And Keisha, because I had been killing Keisha with shit that I was going to say, but I couldn't say it out loud. I was like, man, I really want to say da-da-da. She was like, God damn, Barry. She leaned over to Alex. She goes, you need to put a camera on Barry and record the shit he says off mic and just run that shit later. Because that shit is way better than the shit we're saying on mic. And so I was killing Keisha. So I was like, what's I'm going to say it. So she gets done. And I was like, hey. I was like, you really tried with that sympathy stuff, huh? And she goes, it's not sympathy. My mama really died 30 days ago. And she just fucking broke down. And when I say broke down, I mean broke down. Like, damn. Like, it was a lot. I was like, fuck. Like, it was one of those sobs that you see, you know, where you just know this person is hurting. And man, it hurt to see it just that quickly. And I knew right away I couldn't do it. I couldn't. So I just got, and it had to be it had to be a lonely feeling. It had to be a weird feeling for her to be standing on stage in a karaoke contest, just so vulnerable and sad and broken, crying like that, knowing you just lost, you know, because I remember when I lost my dad, being on stage trying to tell jokes, broken, and doing this show, broken, not wanting to do it. And that's all I could think about. And that hit me. And then I just saw her, and all I remember, like as I'm sitting here, all I can remember is her chest, because she's a big gal. But I just remember as she sobbed, her chest, the way it was heaving, just, you know, that when someone is so sad that the way they cry, it's guttural almost. God, it just hit me, man. I was like, fuck, you know, I didn't know what to do. I just got up and walked on stage and hugged her, man. I didn't know what else to do. I just went over and hugged her and told her, I was like, hey, man, you know, it sucks right now, but eventually, and I said, I lost my dad about 1.5 years ago, so I understand what you're going through, and you'll never get over it, but you'll learn how to deal with it. Give yourself some time and give yourself some grace. And, you know, there will come a time and a day when you'll be in a better place to handle it. And I'm just telling her this on stage, just me and her. Nobody else heard this. I said, there will come a time in a place when you'll be better equipped to deal with this. But I'm proud of you, and I love you, and I hope you get through this. And she was like, thank you so much. And I was like, I'm sorry I'm sorry you had it. You're going through this rough patch, but I'm proud of you for coming up here and competing. She was like, thank you. I was like, bitch, you got makeup on my shirt. She started laughing. And then she got off stage, and then people kind of got up and came over and hugged her, which is exactly, I think, what she needed. What I was going to say. What I was going to say, when she was done singing, after that whole poor pity me shit, I'm glad I stopped myself, because I didn't know how broken she really was, because I really did think she was just pulling that whole poor pity me shit. Because as soon I told Keisha, watch this shit. Soon as she got done, I was ready to strike. I was going to be like, hey, I'm sorry for your loss. No, not your dead mom. You losing this contest. Get the fuck off the stage. That's what I was going to say. I'm so fucking glad I didn't say that shit. That bitch might have killed herself in the parking lot. I'm so goddamn glad. Whew. There might have been 2 bitches in 2 days that died at shows I was at. Oh my God. I'm glad I stopped myself from saying that. Fuck. I was telling them afterwards they were like, Barry, you have to say it. I was like, no, bro, I can't. I couldn't have said that. That would have broke that woman. They were like, yeah, you should have said it. I'm like, no, they were like, it's asshole karaoke, bro. You have to say it. I was like, I can't do that. I can roast people. I can fuck with people. Bring the pregnant bitch up that hates children. Bring her back up. But I can't do that. I realize now she really is at a low point. I can't beat people when they're down like that. I can't do that. I mean, so can't do it. I can't kick people when they're down unless they deserve it. She didn't deserve it. I mean, I can fuck with stupid people to make stupid decisions, but she didn't deserve it. But it was fun, man. There was some weird ass people, but man, we had a great time. And that winner, in case you're all wondering, the pregnant bitch. The pregnant bitch stuck it out. By the end, oh my God, I got to show you this video, y'all. This video is fucking hilarious. By the end of the night, Her contractions were 2 minutes apart. 2 fucking minutes apart. And she was we were all pretty sure this bitch was going to go into labor. Let me find this one video though, because Keisha Hunt was trying to get her to have this fucking baby on stage. Like literally, she's all push. That's some funny shit. Let me see if I can find it. I think this is the video. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a beauty. It's a beauty. Let's see. Download. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. All right, let me see. Layers. All right, here is the video. And I just kept zooming in on her cooter thinking this baby gonna fall the fuck out. Was this the video? Yeah, I think this is the video. I think. Okay. Here's some video of it. Yeah, check this out. This is during the contest. Let's see here. Hold on. Uh-oh. Because I sure was recording people and shit. They're like, are you allowed to do that? I was like, bitch, I'm doing this. This is for the gram, hoes. We're down. What did you say? My mama has a sugar daddy. Oh, nice. Mark said, why are you trying to make us cry? Black Sheep said, wait, he isn't crying to make us cry. I thought with that haircut, he was. Kiss my ass, Black Sheep. Let's see. Cece says she's Baptist. They don't care about the Pope other than the fact that a man died. All right, here's video of this pregnant hoe on stage. Watch this. Check this out.
We need the pull. Push! Push! Breathe! Push! Breathe! Now it's a baby, don't you cry. It was Lucy! It was Lucy!
Look! Look how pregnant this bitch is!
The baby coming out so.
This bitch is so pregnant. So pregnant. But that's not the one. Where was the one where she started fucking counting her? Ooh, was this it? How long was that? 114? Okay, so it had to be this one. All right, let me try this one too. Hold on. Oh, yeah, let me try this one too. Shit, where'd it go? Oh, let's see. Downloads. There we go. And we're going to replace that with 58. just was like, at one point, this baby's just gonna fall the fuck out of her vagina. So that's why I was like, I'm just gonna zoom in on her vagina and wait for this baby to fall the fuck out. There she goes. You see the vape? You see the vape? You see the vape in her left hand? That bitch has a vape in her left hand. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Donna said vaping's worse than smoking. Joe Pro said I hate karaoke so much. And what's crazy is the song she's doing. Hush, little baby, don't you cry. What? What? There was another video. Is this the one? Oh, there was another one where she was doing. Yeah, I can't play that one because Keisha kept saying the N word 1,000 times. She was doing "They Not Like Us." I was like, the irony of a white girl doing "They Not Like Us." But yeah, that's the chick. There you go. Asshole karaoke. Let me see if I can find a big girl. Let me see. That's Keisha playing the drums. Here's this crazy ass white man. Here's the white man that touched. Oh no, wait, hold on. Here's the white. Let me just share my screen. This will be easier. That's the white man that diddled the black cowboy. There we go. This is. She could sing too. She was good. Keisha told this chick she looked like one of them Haribo gummies. I was like, she said she looked like a anime character or a Haribo gummy. I was like, damn, Keisha. Let's see. This chick, she was weird. Keisha kept rating everybody's toes too. She was like, bitch, you got 4.5. I was like, she got 4.5 toes? Let's see. There we go. There he goes. Here we go. Then he started doing, he said, fuck country. I'm going to do rap music now. Okay. That was crazy. Let's see. Let me see if I can find, there's the pregnant chick again. Yep. I can't find the big girl. Let's see. See if I can find the one that cried. Nope, there she goes. See, she's touching that for the contractions. Oh, that's the chick. She can sing. This bitch right here. Oh man, she can fucking sing. Hold on. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, come on, bitch. Yes. Applications. Okay, now if I play videos, you guys should be able to hear it from here. But this chick can sing. I started giving her like advice. She was in the first contest, and I was like, "Yo, girl, you can like legitimately sing. You need to get out on the scene and actually like start to network, introduce." I think I told y'all this story. Like I messaged her on TikTok. I was like, hey, if I can help you, I'd love to help you, meet people or whatever. Like you need, And then she ended up getting like the guy that owns the place has a studio and offered to take her in and record. This is her. This bitch can sing. Nobody was digging it though. Nobody gave a fuck. Let's see. There's a karaoke groupie. I was like, how the fuck are you a karaoke groupie? That dude can sing, but he's disqualified because he was late. Here we go. This is the man that's like, can I two-step for y'all for 1 second? This is his two-step. Bro, that's not two-stepping. That is not two-stepping. That is fucking salsa. There she goes again. That's a pregnant woman doing the damn thing. Oh, and last thing, I got to hold a motherfucking kangaroo. What? They had a real live fucking kangaroo up in this bitch. Crazy. Fucking crazy. So yeah, that's pretty much all I had on the camera roll. I didn't get a photo. There's Keisha playing drums during some rock and roll. Fucking Keisha. Oh, Keisha's a fucking nut, bro. A nut. I don't have a photo of the big girl. Damn it. Yeah, I don't have a photo of the big girl. Unfortunately. No clue stepping. That's funny. Yeah, I don't have the dead mama, unfortunately. How drunk were the people voting? Bro, it was bad. Because, yeah, the pregnant chick, she did an original rap. She did Eminem. And she did Kendrick Lamar, They Not Like Us. And she won. Meanwhile, you had people that could fucking sing. It's all one, I think some of it was they felt sorry for her. Because she's like a server. It's her job, and like she don't have a lot of money, and obviously she's like, I gotta win this contest for this baby. It's like, okay, bitch, you have made some poor life choices. Also, maybe don't vape with your baby. Jesus Christ. It's crazy. So that was my weekend of shows. Good fucking times. I mean, just insane. Oops, forgot to tweet the show out. Oh well, too late now. Pretty crazy. So, this was such an interesting idea. We need to talk about this one day. She needed to win to get more vape pens. Yeah, no shit. I really want to do this as this would make a good topic of the show one day. I need to add this. Won't do it today, but let's talk a little Rockets and NBA playoffs. Buzzmeans is now going after Shannon Sharp. Can't get enough, man. Barry, did you ever vape? Yeah, I vaped. Not like tobacco vape. Like I did some weed vape for maybe 3 months. I had a vape pen that had THC, but it gave me bronchitis. It fucked me up, man. My doctor was like, don't do that. Man, if you're going to do anything, just go get you some like CBD gummies. Or he was like, why are you doing it? I was like, honestly, just to fucking relax at night, get some sleep, maybe help with some creativity when I'm writing or whatever. He goes, bro, just get you some CBD. You'll be fine. But don't, this shit has fucked your lungs up and gave you bronchitis and shit. But this was also around the time that COVID, nobody knew what COVID was, but it was spreading. So I don't know if I ended up with COVID or if it was from the vape pen. But I just said, fuck it. It's not worth it. So I got rid of it. But it was very, very brief. Very brief. But it fucked me up. whatever the fuck it was. So yeah. Plus, I mean, bro, I smoked for 30 years. And started when I was 13, so I don't really need to be inhaling anything. You know? I don't really need to be doing that. I mean, I had cleared my lungs out, ran a marathon, so I feel like I had done good jobs and I've done a good job in getting my lungs cleared out. I don't need to be doing that again. And yeah, I don't want mechanical cancer. I prefer an old school analog cancer. Exactly. Give me that old school shit. Bronchitis doesn't mix well with diabetes. Bitch, I ain't got diabetes. Fuck you think I got diabetes for? No way cigarettes are $15. Is that true? Jesus Christ. Is that true? That's insane. Excuse me for saying that. Cece, I know that bothers you. I apologize. That's wild. I heard people vaping to get off cigs. Yeah, man, if you want to get off cigarettes, just get you some Zyban. Get you some Zyban or one of those antidepressants. That's what worked for me. Yeah. What kind of fancy shit is that? What are you rolling your own? Anyways, let's talk real quick about these NBA playoffs. Because this Rockets series, I mean, after one game, I mean, that went almost exactly like I thought it would go. I said Warriors in 6, which means they're going to have to steal one on the road. And I thought it would be the first game. I think that this team came prepared. This team was really good once they went out and got Jimmy Butler. And I think that was talked about a lot, but I don't think people really paid attention to it. I read somewhere that they have the 4th best odds of winning it all from the 7 seed. I don't know if that's true. I guess I need to look that up. I think it was MGM Grand that had that. But let me look and see what Bovada has. Yo, Sensei Bullrogue, what up, pimp? But my understanding, or from what I saw, was that, let me look at the futures, that the Warriors had the 4th best odds of winning it all, which is pretty crazy. Man, they're a minus 310 for the series. Whew. Cavs are minus 10,000. Thunder are minus 20,000. Jesus. Celtics are minus 15,000. Boy, oh boy. Clippers are plus 105. Nuggets minus 125. Boy, that's a lot of money. Memphis is plus 3,500. Heat plus 2,000. Oh, ain't no way to make money off the Cavs and the Thunder. Sheesh. But yeah, to get the Rockets to win this series, there's some value in it if you believe in it. But here's the thing. I said Warriors in 6, and I'm sticking by that. And last night only reaffirmed what I said and what I believed. I think that this is a stepping stone series. You just kind of got a bad draw. Got some bad luck. It's a bad matchup. And I know you look back and you saw how you held Steph to 3 points, and trust me, that was an anomaly. They're not going to do that every time. And part of the problem is they're getting exposed on their inability to score. The Warriors play really good defense. I mean, you heard it ad nauseum during the broadcast about how the Warriors had the best defense since the Butler trade and one of the best records in the NBA since the Butler trade, and how Jimmy Butler has changed the whole makeup of that team. And what we've also forgotten about, by the way, is remember all the talk about how Jimmy Butler was kind of a cancer. Right? Remember, we all were like, Butler's a problem everywhere he goes. He always goes somewhere and then wants out. He goes somewhere and he wants out. Well, that might be true. But he also wins everywhere he goes. And he said something pretty telling in the post-game interview last night, too. And it might just be lip service. I don't know. But I tell you what, there's a couple things working in that organization's favor. Is one, that Steph Curry is well respected by his peers and within that organization. And so is Steve Kerr. And I think Jimmy Butler knows that, because during the postgame he said, look, we know that if we're going to win it all, or that we're going to win it all because of Steph Curry. So we have to protect Batman at all costs. And that was telling, because I think he is saying, I know that I'm not the guy. This is Steph's team. And if Steph lets me be the guy, great. But this is the Steph Curry Golden State Warriors. And it's going to always be that as long as he's here. And that's important. Whether that's just something that's being said in public or not or whatever, I think it's still important. It's kind of like Luka going to the Lakers. LeBron has to assert himself and say, hey, Luka, you take over. You be the man. But it's still LeBron giving him the permission, which means it's still my team. I'm going to allow you to be the man, but I'm still the king. And I think that's kind of the same situation that's going on in Golden State. But you saw last night, good Lord. Some of the shots he was making. I mean, what are you going to do? See, and that's the flip side. That game where he had 3 points, he wasn't making those shots. He's making them. He made them. So you knew that wasn't going to happen. You know, he's not going to miss them all the time. He's also not going to make them all the time. One thing the Rockets can do better. Well, one, I think, let me pull up a box score, but one thing I think they're going to have to do better, obviously, they got to make their free throws. And I don't know that that improves overnight. That was big. They were 11 of 20. I mean, they lost by 10. The Warriors were 11 of 14 from the free throw line. Rockets were 11 of 20. They were also 6 of 29 from three-point range. Yeah. They shot 39% from the field and 20% from three-point range. That's just Warriors defense playing really well, and also kind of shows you that everybody else has kind of disappeared last night for the Rockets, except Alp. And I remember having this discussion with a comic buddy of mine. He said, who do you think the best player on the Rockets is? I said, without question, it's Alperen Sengun. And he goes, you're crazy. It's Jalen Green. I was like, you're crazy. Jalen Green is so inconsistent. He's a dynamic scorer. Yes. He can fill it up. But just as often as he can go for 30, he can go for 3. You can't trust him. You can't trust him to be consistent. Sure, Alperen Sengun may only score 20, but he's going to do it every single night. And he's going to give you double-digit rebounds, and you can run your entire offense through him because he's a prolific passer. So he can get close to 6, 7, 8 assists a game. He's almost a walking triple-double. I mean, he's going to give you high-energy dunks. He's going to rebound his fucking ass off. Like, he is their best player, period. And lo and behold, game 1 of his playoff career, he's the only one that showed up. Not even my boy Amen Thompson showed up. He looked lost out there. Dribbling, it was 100% nerves. Jalen didn't look lost. It's just, his shit wasn't there. It was just wildly inconsistent. Only one that showed up, only one, was Alp. I mean, they did rely on Fred VanVleet and Steven Adams and Dillon Brooks and their experience a lot. In fact, if you go back and look, box score wise, Steven Adams played 20 minutes. Jabari Smith played 25. That's another dude that had a great game. Tari Eason played 21 minutes. He also had a pretty good game. Amen Thompson was a minus 16 while on the floor. That's bad. That was the worst of all the Rockets. Minus 16. Steven Adams was a +4. The only Rocket with a plus minus. He was a +4. Even Alp was a -7. Fred VanVleet was a -3. Jalen Green was a -5. And Dillon Brooks was a -13. Jabari Smith was a -6. And Tari Eason was a -4. Jabari Smith had 11 points off the bench. I thought his minutes were, I won't say clutch, because I won't say, I mean, you can't say they were clutch in a loss, but I thought he provided a great spark that they really needed because nothing else was working. But he got some open looks in a corner 3 and knocked it down. Big rebounds. I thought he provided them with some really important minutes off the bench. Really important minutes. And I tell you what, if they get the kind of performance that they're used to getting out of Amen Thompson and Jalen Green, they probably win this game. Because combined, those cats scored 15 points. But that's also part of the problem. The Warriors' defense is that good. So what the Rockets are going to have to figure out is, how do you calm these dudes down? How does Ime Udoka get this offense going and still get them focused and staying focused on the defensive end? I think at this point, you've got Amen Thompson so focused on, okay, you're going to go shut down Steph or you're going to shut down whoever. Man, look. Take a look at something here. Let's workshop something, shall we? Let's workshop something. Let's take a look at the lineup here. You got Amen Thompson. You've got Dillon Brooks. That's two of their better defenders, along with Tari Eason. And then you've got Alp, who gave you 26 points in 36 stellar minutes. Fred played 40 minutes, had the 7 assists and 10 points. Man, 2 of 13, though, kills you from the 3-point line. Oof. Ooh. Jalen Green, just a pedestrian night. Jabari Smith really loved his minutes. Same thing with Tari Eason. Really loved his minutes. And just nothing bad to say about Steven Adams. The dude was a goddamn rebounding machine. The bench, beautiful. The bench and Alp. Everybody else, yikes. Right? So let's think about, I mean, when you look at Golden State, Butler and Curry did the bulk of the work. You know, you had a few clutch threes from Podziemski, and you know, you had Draymond being Draymond, and so you're not going to get a ton from anybody else. Buddy Hield had a couple of, he had one big field goal, I guess. But for the most part, I mean, look, that's 56 of their 95 points from two guys. Think about that. 56 of their 95 points came from two guys. That tells me that it's got to be either or. If you can stop one of them, you give yourself a chance. But you've got to stop one of them. The question becomes, which one of them do you think you can stop? And with who? You've got Steph and Jimmy Butler. So then it becomes, well, what are you going to do? Are you just going to have this constant rotation of guys and say, okay, Steph can do what Steph wants to do. I'm going to take somebody like Dylan Brooks, or, you know, maybe somebody that's athletic and annoying, and I'm just going to say, you got Steph, just stay with him. Just stay out of foul trouble. Just stay in his face all night. Just run with him. You know what? You're not going to get any help. I don't give a shit if he goes for 40. Okay? Just stay with him, because we're going to just send a barrage of people at Jimmy Butler. It's going to be a rotation of Amen Thompson and Jabari Smith and Tari Eason on his ass all night, because Jimmy Butler is not going off for 25. Not again. If we can hold Jimmy Butler to 12, 15, we win. That's my plan. And I say we, I'm not talking like a fan saying we. I'm saying if I'm Ime Udoka. So I'm like, that's the goal. Jimmy Butler scores 15. And that's with a heavy defensive rotation of, you know, Amen Thompson and Tari Eason and Jabari Smith. Sometimes we double him. You know what I mean? Like that's what we're doing. So Dylan, it's you and Steph, or whatever you think, you know, but I'm not letting Fred guard Steph. Maybe not. That's probably not going to work. Last time they put Amen Thompson on Steph. I just don't think that's the right matchup because of they adjusted to that, and you could tell. Just let Steph get his. Just let him go. Just let him go. Fine. Because I think when you put somebody on Steph like Dylan Brooks that's annoying, one, you're keeping him away from Draymond, so he's not going to get thrown out. And you just let him run. Let him pester the shit out of him. Make him work. But then you can focus on nobody else has beaten us. That would be my plan of attack. And then you got to figure out offensively what is going to be this team's identity. But you've got to get more than 15 points combined from Amen Thompson and Jalen Green, or they'll get swept. If neither one of those cats even reach 10, they're done. I mean, if you think about that, that's 15 right there. Neither one of those cats reached 10 points. So 5 more points makes this 90 to 95. That's a little bit closer. And then if they just make a few more of their fucking free throws, this is a whole different outcome. So they're leaving plenty of meat on the bone. It's not like they got their ass whooped. They didn't play their best basketball, not even close. And neither did the Warriors. But the Warriors played a really good game. The Rockets did not, which is why there's hope, which is why I still think this series goes 6. It's not like I watched that and went, oh, shit, they're going to get swept. Nope. I still say they could, it wouldn't surprise me if it went 7. Hell, they could go on the road and steal one. Just don't think it'll happen. Yeah, the Warriors are kind of deep, but they're not as deep as the Rockets, honestly, B. Hannon. The Rockets are a better team, honestly. They're deeper. They're just the Warriors are better at the top. The Warriors' top 2 are better than the Rockets' top 2, right? Steph and Jimmy are better than Alp and Jalen. 100%. So 1 and 2 versus their 1 and 2 are better than the Rockets' 1 and 2. But 3 through 12, I think the Rockets 3 through 12 is better than the Warriors 3 through 12. Or if you want to say 5 through 12, I think the Rockets 5 through 12 is better than the Warriors 5 through 12, or 4 through 12, or whatever. And that's the other part. I think what you saw was some nervousness, some jitters. What up, Jacob? I think you saw, nervousness and the newness but here's why I say I'm glad. I watched and went, good. I watched that game last night. I watched them lose. And right before I powered off the TV, I went, good. Good. I'm glad they lost. And I'm glad they lost like that. I'm glad it went down exactly the way it went down. Do you know why? You know why I'm glad they lost like that? They learned. That's how you learn. That's how you get seasoning. That's how you get better. Everything that happened in that game made all of those young guys better. They'll all be better for it. And a big reason is because they've got superior coaching. They've got a coach that can take everything that happened to them in that game last night and make them better because of it. And most of them are good enough to listen and absorb it and go, oh, I'll be better now. So I'm watching it going, this is great. This is so fucking great. They're getting their ass whooped and I could not be happier. Because this game and a few more like it in about 3 years, this team's going to be unstoppable. This is going to pay so many dividends in 2 to 3 years when this team is in the Western Conference Finals facing OKC. This ain't going to be shit. This is just learning curves. This is paying dividends down the road for Game 7 Western Conference Finals matchups against teams like OKC. I can't wait. So I'm glad last night happened. That's how you have to look at it, Rockets fans, because last night was a stepping stone. It was a learning experience. It was all the things that this team has to have. Because you know what you don't learn from? Just an awful shit blowout. This team came out. They came out with energy. They came out with a lead. They lost it. They clawed their way back. And then they hung in there. They made little runs and they did some things. They fought. They got bullied a little. They fought back a little. They got physical. They did some things, some finesse. They did all those things in one game. It was a whole bunch of learning going on last night. I'm here for it. Great point, Amos. Keeping the Warriors under 100 might have given them confidence to win the series. It may have given them the confidence. I don't think it will. It may have given them confidence. I don't think it's going to translate to that, but you're right. They might be feeling like, yeah, we could do that. We could certainly do it. We have it in us. Because I think you're right. I think they look at that and go, well, shit. They hit us with their two best, and we didn't. Amen Thompson and Jalen Green combined for 15, and we still only lose by 10? We're in this, guys. We're fucking in this. We can beat this team. We can move on. There ain't no panic in this team, though. That's the beautiful thing. There won't be no panic. Ime Udoka won't let this team panic. He won't let them panic. He's not going to let this team freak the fuck out. I will remind you. Hold on. If I'm not mistaken, the year that he took Boston to the finals, he started the season 18-21, finished with a record of 51-31. Celtics swept Brooklyn in the first round before beating Milwaukee in 7 games. Celtics went on to defeat Miami in 7. Celtics lost to the Golden State Warriors in 6, despite a 2-1 lead. I thought I had read somewhere where they were down 1-2, but maybe that was something else. Yeah, that might have been something else. Maybe that was the 18-21 that I read. Yeah, maybe that was it. But I don't think there will be any panic from him. And I think he knows that this is a young enough squad that this is a teaching moment. That's exactly what it is. So, plenty of time. Plenty of time. All right, I'm going to go make some dinner, get some more work done, work on some videos. I will see you guys tomorrow. Let's do it again. By the way, programming note. Tomorrow, bad news. Last show of the week. I know. Daddy's busy this week. I've got a private gig in Dallas on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I have a TV taping. And then I'm headed off to Albuquerque for the week. I know. Sucks. But Daddy got to get that bread. So tomorrow's last show. So I'll be in Dallas on Wednesday. TV taping on Thursday. And then Albuquerque Friday and Saturday. And then back home Sunday. Hoping back home Sunday. I might still be driving on Monday, so we'll play it by ear. Because it's a 13, 14-hour drive to Albuquerque. We'll see how it goes. But we'll have some more fun tomorrow, some more shenanigans. We'll talk some NBA, get some MLB in, and some other bullcorn. In the meantime, though, hey, man, still plenty more basketball tonight. Get down with it. And, hey, B. Hannah, what happened to your Padres, pimp? Oh, Astros taking 2 out of 3 from them. Didn't see that coming at all. Shocked. And it was the Fromber game they lose, no less. I mean, it was also the Dylan Cease game, so not stunned there. But, yeah. PB Dubs 4-hour show tomorrow. Maybe if we can get started on time. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. In the meantime, do me 3 favors. Be safe. Yeah? Be kind. And most importantly, you dirty bitches, love each other. See you tomorrow, everybody. Bye. Oh, Hard Dog gonna be in Dallas on Saturday. Go Thunder. You going to the game? Nice. Nice. Hey, what up, Uriel? Good to see you, brother. Strictly alive. Thank you, Flip. Bye, everybody. And he's making a YouTube video!